Basically, you fast without water whole day. But it again, you're working. All of you will be doing for the first time. Many of you may, some of you may have health reasons, so no need to do all those things. You can have your fruits and some Ekadashi prasadam and continue with your fast. No problem. Try and have fruits or Ekadashi prasadam if you can't fast. If you feel that no, you have to eat something else also, then don't worry, eat your normal food. But continue with it. Main thing is to chant and remember Krishna more. But as you progress, then you must fast Ekadashi. If you are progressing more, then you must fast without anything. But depending upon your health condition, there is no compulsion. Okay? Please be very, very careful about these things. All right? Is it okay? I just want to make sure everybody understood this. There is no compulsion, and you must not make anybody else compulsory to do this. All right? If you can do it, it's well and good. If you can't do it, it's still well and good. Okay? So 10th of September, Sunday, Vyas Puja, we were doing it. We will be doing together, all of us, and all of us will be doing the homage. Now, I will request you to bring 4 to 5 flowers with you. We will be doing homage offering on the screen here. We did once last year. We'll be doing it again now for all of you, so you have a full experience of what is the Vyas Puja that happens, take place. And you can do it anywhere in your home also. Okay? Wonderful. All right, so this is the two things. Now, in the preparations for this, I'm thinking that we will give a class. I will have a series of lectures starting probably from next week or the week after on Janmashtami, on Krishna's some pastime, Janmashtami philosophy, leading up to Janmashtami day. So maybe 3-4 weeks of these lectures. How does that sound to all of you? So that's where the idea is this, that nowadays everything is available online, and you'll find that people will be doing this, doing that, this katha, that katha. We don't need to go anywhere else. We will do ourselves there. Okay. So we'll let you know whether it is starting from next week or the week after. All right. But you'll do one thing. Whenever I start, you will have to go through the previous class. Remember, I'd given a class discourse on Vrindavan Ramya Sthan. This was some months ago. Okay, so you will have to listen to the class again. I'll be starting from where I left. So if you don't remember what it was then you will not understand what is the next part of it. Does anybody remember where did we stop? Anybody remember what was that last scene? Let's say this is the finish of the scene, finishing the scene. Nowadays you watch television or you have web series and they've got one episode over, second episode begins. So this is just finishing, and this is the final bit. So this is where it happened, and now the next episode will begin next time. Does anybody remember? No point in watching the video now, it's too late. Okay, anyway, you don't remember it. Anyway, whenever I would preach, to people in people's homes, they would call me and would give. So I would have this continuation. I like this continuation from previous year. Now, at the time, there was no internet and all those things. So what class I would give, and they would invite me with the next year, I'll start from the point that I finished this. I started from there. They appreciate it very much, So I like continuity. That's my personal likes and dislikes. So please watch that episode. Watch our video, the discourse on Vrindavan Ramya Sthan. It will be in the playlist, playlist of my playlist or festive play my playlist and Bhagavatam playlist. It will be there, common class. In that you'll see that. And I can tell you the last part is where I said, now at this point in time, when Krishna is now with his cowherd boyfriends enjoying this, that's when Brahma comes out and he says, what is this going on? I said, this is where this clip finishes now. Stops now. Then Brahma is in the picture and he'll do something now. And I said, next we will hear in our next class. So that's beginning from now. That's okay. So it is not the case where one person speaks and everybody sleeps. We will have to do some work with me. All right? Okay? All right. And as I said, on the Janmashtami day, probably I will not speak. So all other leaders will give their realizations because I would have spoken for so many weeks anyways, And depending on the time, I can do no problem. But there are many. I've prepared so many workshops on so many topics of Krishna or Radharani or different pastimes, different episodes, Lord Nrsimhadev, Lord Ramchandra, but mainly for Krishna and Radharani and the gopis and all. So this will be part of that. But we're continuing from there. Is it okay? You understood the whole process I told you? Wonderful. Now my request to all of you, and especially the leaders, your leaders and tutors, that yes, uh, we are we preach our process, our things as we do, which is wonderful. That's how it should be. You all are learned now. You all have been trained. You're preaching, which is best. But just these festivals, like Janmashtami, Vyas Puja, Shraddha Vyas Puja, Nrsimhadev appearance, all this. Those festivals we must do together, all of us, as one team. As Hare Krishna we can. That we must not do separately. When we grow so big that we'll have so many other different groups, then we will see at the time. But for now, I would humbly request that we should all come as one, as for a weekend programs, one weekend program, for all the Vaishnava festivals, like we've got God Purnima, or Lord Nrsimhadev appearance day, Lord Nityananda appearance day, then we should all do together, Yeah, that is my request to all the tutors, if you can do so. Is that all right? What do you think? Shri Prabhu, is it okay for you? Is it a good idea?
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Yes, Guruji. Yeah, I will invite our group.
Yeah,
I need to check with the timings and all that. I think this is going to first time, but yeah, I think definitely.
Yeah. So just mainly the concept that for this we must do together, for the festivals, we must all come together and do it, That's the idea. What do you think, Avinash Prabhu? Is it all right?
Yes, Prabhu, it's a very good idea, Prabhu. It's a very good idea. I've got a question, Prabhuji, on the programming you are doing for Janmashtami and Vyas Puja. So we are planning for activities, what we do here. So what actually you suggest, I have not thought about this, Prabhuji. I was going to ask you about these devotees in India, how they celebrate their Janmashtami after 9 o'clock when we have finished 9 o'clock.
Yeah, we'll talk later. No problem. We'll speak about this.
Because
No
that's,
problem.
yeah, okay, Prabhu.
We'll speak later. No problem. Okay, Sanjeev Prabhu, where are you now? Are you there with us? I don't know if he's working.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm outside, sir. So, yes, probably it's a good idea. Shri Prabhu said that I'll check with them the time on that. Normally we do on Saturday, so it's during the week, so I think it should be okay.
Okay. Okay. So mainly this will be for
Wednesday.
the Vyas Puja, For Prabhupada Vyas Puja we'll be doing on Sunday. That's what we'll do together. And on for Janmashtami day, That's where it is. And for those my sessions, if they come, that's great enough on Sunday.
2 days.
Otherwise, yeah. Otherwise, at least for these 2 days they can come. So they can also see you all speak
Yes,
and all
sir.
that also. So it's all there. You can get a bigger picture. So Gurudev's Vyasa Puja, Srila Prabhupada Vyas Puja, and Lord Nrsimhadev, all the Vaishnava festivals we should do. And more such festivals will organize.
Yes, sir.
Of the Acharyas as well, Acharya's appearance day as well. Okay, Mataji's all Saraswati Mataji, is she there? She's okay with this? I don't know if she's around. I think I saw her.
No, bro, she's not in the class at the moment.
Okay, fine. What about Namrata Mataji? Are you okay with this? I don't know if she's there.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mother.
We do have together.
Yeah, okay, because you are also supporting your husbands, so you're also leaders, so I'm asking you that, all of Mataris as well. Very nice. Okay. Okay. What about you, Dolly Matari? Is it all right for you?
Yes, Prabhuji, this is the program. So we'll just can do the online on Thursday and Friday. We are meeting in the
No,
center.
I was talking about when festival must all come together. That's what I was saying. Other things are okay.
Oh yes, yes, Prabhuji, that's
Okay.
right.
Now I've not spoken to my wife also, my son. They also got to know about it just now. Are you okay with it? She's saying yes. So we'll take it as okay. All right. Wonderful. So this is what it is. This is a plan now. And as I said, I've already committed. I've told others also know about this. So we'll stick with this plan. It's very exciting. Now all of you are using this thing, our calendar, breakfast time and all that also. Is it helpful? I also changed the description in our WECAN main group. If you click on it, there's a separate link given for the calendars. So one link to our main website, and then from there you can go to other things. Now, Sanjeev Prabhu, I was asking you, do you need a calendar for Australia?
Um,
Unless you plan to
Probably,
come back to New Zealand, that's another thing. You say, I'm not going and staying in Australia, Prabhu. That's it for me. That's another thing. If you're going there, I can make a calendar. There's no problem.
I think we should.
yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji,
Sorry.
we should
Yeah,
have.
okay. All right. So what I'll do is the same way, we'll create a calendar for Australia, and I give the link in the main calendar there. So link for India, click here. Link for Australia, click here. Like that.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, wonderful. This will give us impetus to increase the numbers in Australia also.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Hare Krishna. Okay, Krishnadas now. I think he's busy now. All right. Anything else here? Can you show the screen share, please? Thank you. So look out for my posts on this information about the lectures. But you please prepare on this moment you hear this, that my class will start from this Saturday, no, this Sunday. So you must must go through that previous class as well before that. Okay, Vrindavan Rameshan. And inform your colleagues who are conveniently not present today, and tell them they should be present also. And with me, you have to open your screen. That's what I'll give a class. I'll have to see people. I'm a very person-oriented person. Yeah. Okay, so today we'll continue with our discussion on the Srila Prabhupada's. We were discussing we are spoiling our lives. This is from the transcendental teachings of Prahlad Maharaj. We are chapter 2. We'll finish the chapter now. Okay, that must be ready. I think we'll be ready soon. So let me start reading as he takes about a couple of minutes. He told me. So in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, "My dear Arjuna, I am equal to everyone. No one is the object of my envy, and no one is my special friend. But I give special attention to one who engages in Krishna consciousness. A small child is completely dependent on the mercy of his parents. So the parents give special attention to the child. Although the parents are equally good to all the children, for the small children who are always crying, Mother, they have great concern. Yes, my dear child, yes, this is natural." So here Prabhupada are saying that dependence on Krishna is very important. rather than dependence upon our own finding our own means, our own way. Yes, it is needed, but dependent upon Krishna is very important. How we depend upon Krishna. Just continuing further. If you are completely dependent on Krishna, who is supplying food to the dogs, birds, beasts, to 8.4 million species of life, why should he not supply food to you? This conviction is a symptom of surrender. But we should not think, because Krishna is supplying my food, I shall now sleep. No, you have to work, but without fear. You should engage yourself wholeheartedly in Krishna consciousness, confident of Krishna's maintenance and protection. So this is very interesting. In 2012, Krishna, whenever you're ready, you can show the screen share. Yeah? So in 2012, when there was global financial crisis, at that time, I remember I was talking to my colleagues. I was to work, and I was talking to my colleagues. They said, "What will happen?" I remember one old lady was there, So I remember at that time we had studied the science of self-realization with another team, another group, and this point had come that if Krishna can provide supplying food to dogs, birds, and beasts, to all 8.4 million species of life, why will he not supply food to you? Prabhupada says, an elephant eats, Dashman, so much food he eats, elephant. Krishna provides to him. So why will he not provide to you? That's what I was telling her. So don't worry. So we don't see birds going to do a job. We don't see them falling from the sky out of starvation. They have been provided food by Krishna, by God, So why should we worry? We with our all our intelligence, human intelligence and education, we are worried about food. And they, with all their intelligence, that non-intelligence, they're not worried about food, you see. So what have we gained ultimately? We gain anything? No, with education? No, it's made us worried about food. She said, yes, you're absolutely right. This is the same point Prabhupada mentioning here, and I took the leaf from here, And at the same time, Prabhupada is saying that doesn't mean we should sleep, Why Krishna will provide food, don't worry, it's his problem. I'll go to sleep. So no, we have to work hard, but without fear. I remember it was so tense here in New Zealand at the time. I used to chant in the afternoon, I should take out some time and chant and go to some of the parks and chant. And I would see ants are busy working here, there, walking here, there, picking up food particles, collecting. I told myself, for these ants, there is no recession. They are busy doing their things before recession, after recession, same thing, picking up the food and going in the bee line. But with education, we are stressed. Oh my God, recession. Oh my God, how will you pay mortgages? Oh my God, will a job be there or not? So what is this complete utter nonsense going on in this world? This is wrong. Yeah, please, it's a wake-up call. So Prabhupada says Krishna provides for everyone. That doesn't mean we should not work. We should work, but we should be working depending upon Krishna. That will make us fearless, abhayam. And that's how we should engage our consciousness fully to Krishna consciousness and be confident about Krishna's maintenance and protection. Okay, thank you. Now, who would like to continue reading from the now? Let us calculate.
Prabhu, I
Can you
can
bring it
read.
up, please? Yep, please read. Bring it up, Krishna, please. Thank you.
Shall I start, Prabhu?
Yes, please.
Now, let us calculate our duration of life. In this age, it is said that we can live at most 100 years. Formerly, in the Satyuga, the age of goodness, human beings would live up to 100,000 years. In the next age, Treta Yuga, they used to live for 10,000 years. And in the next age, called Dwapar Yuga, they used to live for 1,000 years.
No, 1 minute,
Now,
please. You know something? Even in the Bible, there is mention of people living till 1,000 years. Yeah, there's reference there also. You know? Yes, please continue.
Now, in this age called Kali Yuga, the estimate is 100 years. But gradually, as the Kali Yuga progresses, our duration of life will decrease still further. This is the so-called progress of our modern civilization. We are very proud that we are happy and are improving our civilization. The result, however, is that although we try to enjoy material life, the duration of our life is shortened.
Yes.
Now, accepting that a person lives for 100 years, if he has no information of spiritual life, half of that is wasted at night in sleeping and sex life. That's all. He has no other interest. And in the daytime, what is his concern? Where is money? Where is money? I must maintain this body. And when he has money, now let me spend for my wife and children. So where is his spiritual realization? At night, he spends his time in sleep and sex indulgence, and by day, he spends his time working very hard to earn money. Is that his mission in life? How horrible such a life is.
See, we have to maintain life. That is correct. We have to do it. People tell us that that doesn't mean you should not work. So no, no, no. We should work. But working is not everything. Yes, money has to be earned, and there's something called destiny also. Where with the destiny, how much you're going to earn is predestined. See, everybody wants to work hard and becomes a millionaire, right? And richest man in the world. But there's only one richest man in the world. Everybody's not richest man in the world. That doesn't mean that they are not clever. They may be clever. That doesn't mean that they're not working hard enough. They're working hard enough. But something called destiny. In the same way, if you are destined to get something, it'll come to you. Knocking on the door. Open the door, give it in your hands. Both happiness and distress. So just like we may feel distressed in life, although we don't want to be distressed in life. But distress comes on its own, uninvited. Neighbor may come staying next to you, blaring big loud noise. What did you do to get that neighbor? You did something somewhere. So distress may come. Similarly, happiness also comes to you, whether you want it or not. It'll come to you. Just like distress comes to you, even if you don't want it. Happiness will come to you, even if you don't want it. Or if you want it, it'll come in the same order, quota. So everybody, the body that we have got, this body has a quota of happiness and distress predestined. And I can tell you, even our lives that we are leading now, presently, our next body is already been made. Process is not begun, but our actions are telling us what our next body will be. Only this process of Krishna consciousness can stop this next body line. People don't know this. They just want to earn more, earn more, earn more. They want free money. Government gives free money, everybody wants free money. But why do you want free money? Everybody wants to buy, lottery. In New Zealand, there's a big thing about lottos and lotteries, in the Western world. Everybody wants easy money. Why do you want easy money, man? You tell me. You've been given two hands, you're given intelligence, two legs. Use it. What will happen is if you earn with your intelligence and hard work, your money will be very clean. And when the money is clean, you will eat nicely and that will be digested. If you don't work, your food will not be digested and you'll got problem with the digestion. Then take another tablets for food digestion. It is there you're working hard. You have some stress also, no problem of work. It has to happen. But we are not worried. The fear should not be there. It should not be there. That shit, and you'll be surprised. People will be so surprised seeing you doing this. You're fearless, man. What is the difficulty? Completely fearless. We had in the same recession, we had redundancy, where they're closing our publications and media companies here in New Zealand. So even our department was closing down. So they're moving some of us to other departments. So I saw everybody was stressed. So I told my boss's boss, I said, listen, I think everybody's stressed. I don't mind doing a free session on meditation, calming them down. He was so surprised. Man. What is this going on? Your department, you are like this. And I said, no problem. And he went and, hey, listen, this AD is giving free meditation sessions to people, who are stressed out. I said, that's all right. And ultimately, they gave me the job. I was given a job, and I didn't take it. I said, no, I'm leaving. I'll do my own business now. Goodbye. And they couldn't believe it. So this is what it is. I'm not saying, I just take an example of it. What I'm saying is that even a fool like me will stand out. What about people like you who follow this nicely? And this, by actions, we have to prove this to the world. This is not some lip philosophy or armchair philosophy. We have to implement it. Don't worry. That's all right. Don't worry. When you are doing the right thing, we'll always have some trouble. That doesn't mean we should give up doing right things. Most of the people are doing wrong things. So they are in a larger group. When you're doing the right thing, you're in a small group, or nobody is there with you, or small people are there. That doesn't mean we should compromise. Why should we? And for few money, you don't compromise on your truthfulness. Never do this. Never do this. Because this Kali Yuga stands on truthfulness. And the value of truthfulness is very, very important for our pure devotional service. You see? For bhakti, it is very, very important. Yeah? Is it okay? Anybody want to say anything on this point before we move on? Okay, let's continue, Prabhuji. Can you please continue reading? The average person.
The average person is illusioned in childhood, playing frivolous games. Up to 20 years easily, you can go on like that. Then when you become old,
How many of you are 20 years old? You are in complete illusion. You don't even know what's going on around you. And you think, yeah, voting rights, I can vote. I've got this right and I've got that right. And you fight with your parents and so many teenagers you become. And I know better than you. Your old thought. That is a fact. Children until 20 years, you're still children. 23, 24, just come out of it, after that, just coming out of it. But when you're 25, 26, you are a little bit stable. But still, you are oscillating between this and that. I think when you're 35 with some responsibility, that's when you become serious. Right. Now I got some, I have to become serious, about things. It's too late then. You miss the bus. Devotees are always very serious, Devotees are always very thoughtful. Very thoughtful. We see from different angles. We don't do time pass. At this age, everybody says, what's happening? Oh, time pass. I don't know, do they use the word time pass even now? Do they use in India this word time pass? Still going on? I hated that word, as a teenager. I said, what is this time pass? I was just telling them, you got so much time, you want to pass the time? Give me the time. I'll use the time. Time pass. When even in the local trains in Mumbai, they would sell peanuts, saying time pass, peanuts. So do nothing. Hey, give me 10 rupees or 5 rupees or 2 rupees, and I'll give you these peanuts. You chew the peanuts, and time pass. You'll come to your church gate and come back to your workplace. So this age till 2035 is illusion only. They don't even know. Only interested in food. What is good for me, I'll do it. was not good for me, I'll not do it. And we make our own parents our enemies, at that age, just because of this selfish attitude. Kids are selfish, is it not? I'm not saying selfish. What I'm saying is that they think only about themselves. My food, my clothes. I want that clothes. Parents can't afford it, man. No, but I want that clothes. And then when you grow up, we say, you did not give me that clothes. You know what to do? I had one person come to my home, here in New Zealand. He said, my son is telling me, I'm not very intelligent because you did not make me study hard, Did not give me the opportunity to work, to study. He said, I gave according to my ability, what do I do? And this man is now grown up and he challenges his father like this. He cried. So sad. So sad. He said, according to my ability, I did everything for them. What can I do? So please remember this. Unless you have parents which are like demoniac, you have those kind of situation everywhere in the world, but little less in India. Now with this current situation following the Western culture, it is more and more coming now. But still, they're better off. Normally, parents, the children's welfare is the first priority for them. So if you have such kind of parents, please don't forget of not touching their feet every day in the morning, evening. I still touch my feet of my parents. Now my father is not on this earth anymore. So morning I wake up, I touch her feet. Night I go to sleep, I touch her feet and go to sleep. Do it. I'm telling you. It's not old sanskar, it is the best thing to do. Till the time they are on earth with you, do it. By the time they're not there, if you are lucky enough, you'll become older and then you will do this to your children or grandchildren. You see, it's their birthright. This is the blessing. This is the culture, this is a Vedic culture. And tell your children to do the same. They should touch the feet of the parents. At least once a day. Twice a day is the best. Morning, evening. But at least once a day they should touch their feet of the parents. So all of you will have children tomorrow. You must remember this. You do it first, they'll follow you. And then nowadays people shake hands, This, with their, why are you touching my feet? Shake my hands. What do you say to them? Okay, are you all right? Please don't protest. If you don't agree with me, don't agree. I'm not forcing you. Don't ask me any questions on this point, okay? Not touching. Why should I touch the feet? I'll not touch the feet. Don't touch the feet. That's all right. I just told you, what I felt. Yes, Oji, please continue.
Then when you become old, for another 20 years, you cannot do anything.
Hmm.
When a man becomes old, his senses cannot function. You have seen many old men. They have nothing to do but rest. Just now, we have received a letter from one of our students reporting that his grandmother is paralyzed and he has been suffering for the last 3.5 years. So in old age, everything is finished as soon as you are 80 years old. Therefore, from the beginning to 20 years of age, everything is spoiled. And even if you live for 100 years, another 20 in the last stage of life is also spoiled. So 40 years of your life are spoiled in that way. And in the middle age, there is very strong sex appetite. So another 20 years can be lost. 20 years, 20 years, and 20 years, 60 years gone. This is the analysis of life by Prahlad Maharaj. We are spoiling our life instead of using it to advance in Krishna consciousness.
Now, okay, we're done now? This is complete? Okay. So, what is the best way to solve this? Now, I'll tell you a very personal realization of mine. You see, this is the reason why when I saw myself, when we started the pitching program, we were at the we were not teenagers, we were in our 30, just early 30s, just 30, early 30s, where all our friends and all would enjoy, would go out, parties in the weekends. We would do a pitching program on Saturday, and then we did on Wednesday. See? Then over a period of time, some years I realized, me and my wife said, this is the best way to keep ourselves engaged, man. We are also having party. You see, every day, every weekend, people meet in each other's friend. We had friend circles, Similarly, others also had a friend circle. They would meet, they would cook together, eat together, and that's it. That's what they do. Talk about each other and talk about each other, win their backs, and they go. We do the same thing. We would cook, invite people, have program, Krishna consciousness every Saturday. We're busy Saturday, busy Sunday, done. In this situation, most of our youth went off this way. Now, what happens is this. If you are practicing from the younger age, then you will continue practicing. And if you have got preaching, if by mercy of Krishna, if mercy of Guru, Srila Gurudev, Prabhupada, if you're preaching and if you have got preaching, even if one person comes, or even if they don't come, but if you're preaching, then you are engaged. And in this, we realize that this field of activity, the older you become, the wiser you become, especially with Indian people and Indian audience. But if you are not practicing from the younger age, you won't become wise in the old age. See, you're still gratifying your senses, competing with younger people in old age, coloring your hair and trying to dance like a hippopotamus. I'm still young in my heart. It's a laughable matter, man. You're old, you act like an old person, man. Don't act like a young person. You're doing like this and the back will break, I used to laugh in a teenager too. Said you be graceful in your age, Yeah. Some people are very graceful in their age. So this thing of Krishna consciousness practicing for our own self and then preaching, this will never stop. There's always hunger amongst people to find some value in this life, some solutions to the problems. And as long as you are able to get that solution, studying yourself and teaching others, you are engaged. Till your whole life, you are completely satisfied. And the younger people would then in turn take care of you. If you are not well, say, what happened, Prabhuji or Mataji? Is it okay? Or do you need something? We want to hear from you. You did not show up today. Even in an online program, you don't look very good. How it is going? That's so nice. Otherwise, people are old who are not interested in these things. The whole society neglects them, completely neglects them. You've seen it or not? Old people are completely neglected, and their own doing, because they are not interested. You see? So those who are lucky are interested in this, and this is their till that last breath. They love people listening to you. Krishna will arrange. Don't arrange, you talk to the walls, Study and talk to the walls. You're preaching to yourself. If they come, it is for their benefit. If they don't come, good afternoon or good night. You see? So this is the point. And it is practical. I'm not saying. It is a fact. You are engaged. See, when internet boom happened, so at that time, before all this Facebook and Zoom and all this were there were other online medias, So one of them was called Justin TV. It's still existing, Justin TV. I asked other people to do some work for me there. I don't think it's existing now. It's not there. So I found out this is good, man. Justin TV. People keep coming and going, and you can show yourself live. At the time, there was no live system in the world. So I said, let me do one thing. So on Saturday we had programs, So I would be sometimes free Saturday afternoon, and I'll sit on my chanting beads, and I would put myself live, and I would chant, just chanting, People would come, they say, what is this man doing here? And they go away. Somebody would ask a question, what's happening, what's not happening? I'll chant, So I remember some Indian guy came in. He said, what is it? This young age, you're chanting. You have some lassi, man. You're wasting your time. I said, you're wasting your time. You leave now. Thank you very much. And I did it for so many months, And Justin TV felt bored of me, the, the thing is that this engagement is for our satisfaction very helpful. That man would still remember, Hare, that fool man was chanting Hare Krishna alone online. I was finishing my rounds or doing my things, no problem. What is my I was not wasting time. He wasted his time, you see. And if you got audience now, then the older people who have taken advantage of this, the younger age and old, their life is completely successful. Because then they have nothing else to think about. Oh, festival is coming. What should we speak? What do we discuss? This question to be answered. That is to be done. How to study? How to prepare? How to this? So much busy, man. So busy. And that's how life is finished. Otherwise, if you don't do this, I can tell you how the life will go. You'll not know. Right now, your hair color are black. When the one white hair will come, you don't know. When did this come, man? Oh my God. And then you're scared. You got all these things. You apply this and that, another hair, black, white hair, other white hair. Oh my God. And this is happening. Don't think it's not going to happen to you. Ahani, ahani, bhutani, the famous words of Yudhishthira Maharaj. The whole world is going to die. But everybody thinks that person is going to die, not me. I'm all right. I'm sorted. And then they've got midlife crisis, that life crisis, finished. So that's why only ladies are allowed, according to me. What is my value? I've got no value. Only ladies can color their hair if they want to. Gents should not color their hair. But please, don't feel like this. Gents can also color their hair if you want to. But ladies are allowed. Everything is allowed for the ladies. Matajis are allowed. So please, this life is very short. Right now, you don't know this because your age is what? You may be 20, 25, 23, 26, hardly, nothing at all. There's nothing. So somehow or other, out of great fortune, that you come in touch with Srila Prabhupada through through the medium of your tutors and leaders. They work very, very hard for you, and they scratch their head to keep you engaged. All these programs that they do, that we do, are for our own engagement. And you see, all of us, they will say the same thing. They say, no, you're benefited. It's your benefit. It is basically I'm benefited. They don't even take any credit from anybody. Where will you find this kind of people in this world? Tell me. Everybody wants to take credit about anything. And here, these leaders, your counselors, tutors, whatever you call them, your Shiksha gurus, they don't even take credit for their own activities. See? So if you've got somebody genuine, take advantage of this and study this process nicely and then teach it. Teach for your benefit. When you're younger age, you'll be engaged. In your older age, you'll continue to be engaged. Just follow the mood that has been taught to you, that's been coming from Maharaj to us, to them, to you, and you teach the same thing to others. Everybody will be satisfied. A great thought has gone behind this. As we have spent hours and hours and months to find out systems to say that how will that be implemented, everybody's engaged. And still give the freedom for them to not engage also. They can do their own things, no problem. Please take advantage of this. This is called parampara. And all glories goes to Srila Prabhupada. And all goes to Srila Gurudev, under whose shelter we all are surviving somehow or other. And satisfied in our own small ways, right? Okay, I think with this, we complete today's chapter on chapter 2. And does anyone have any questions? We covered varieties of this point. We are spoiling our lives. That's what we are discussing. Yeah, but don't raise your hand. Just start. Ask a question. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Prabhu, in the chapter we read just now, it was written that in Kali Yuga also the life is decreasing. We have 100 years now, and then it is decreasing. I have read somewhere that life expectancy of world was around 48, 49, 100 or 150 years ago, and now it is 70 to 73. And it will keep on increasing in 50, 100 years. So I didn't understand that.
Yeah, good question. This question was raised to me also by my family members, when I said this to them, that um, life expectancy was more. They said, no, it was less, because people used to live till the age of 40, 50, and they die, 55, 60. Now, this was in the current older age, about 50, 60 years ago, not 100 years ago, but 50, 60 years ago. Could be 100, maybe 200 also at the time. We do not know that time, Okay. So from there onwards, it has increased to 60, 70, 70 to 80, because of so-called Medicaid medicines. But we are talking about age which is far ahead than that. Okay. So you will find that people used to live more around that age because of simplistic lifestyle. You've seen this, your grandparents, they're more healthier than what we are now and all those, because simplistic lifestyle. The food was simple also, pure also than what we have. So if you for last 30 years, 40 years, yes, that's fine. With the British rule in India, especially, and poverty which was given, money was taken out from the country, $50 trillion were taken out from the country. So obviously all these things was gone, and the systematic decimation of Ayurveda and the way that, our own medicines were there, were all gone. So now from the 40, with allopathic medicine, we are coming to about 70, 80. It's not going to go more than that. You're not going to have that everybody is living for 150 years or 200 years. That's not going to happen. In fact, it's going to go down even further. We're going to go down and down. This requires a bit of forecasting, spending some time and focus on this. You must acquire the skills of which way the world is moving. Yeah. And most of the people don't have the time, neither inclination to see these things. Because even now, this increase in the age of 70, 80 years, allopathic medicine is needed for extreme disease and all that, not for smaller things. If you take your regular precautions with Indian spices like ginger, turmeric, black pepper, black salt, these are very, very good spices, man, to add every day in everyday life, daily life. You'll be very good. We do this all the time, So yes, it helps, it will increase, but it'll again, it's not going to become 200 years. Is it okay what I'm trying to say? You understood the point over here?
Yes, sure.
And also, I want to say this point that along with this, there is new medical discoveries and advanced so-called discoveries of robots and artificial intelligence and all that. This is going to make people more sick or more dependent. I had made a video 3 years ago, before the COVID, as a challenge to my son. I made some predictions, I used to laugh, God, Dad, how's it possible? I said, robotics will come. All this pandemic and all is because of that. It's going to happen. You'll be surprised. Artificial intelligence and robotics will come in day-to-day life very soon, in next 2 years' time. So you say, yeah. So I made a video. I said, okay, I'm putting my money where my mouth is, So I made a YouTube video, and I've written down today's a date. I put a date also, something June 2020, 16th of June. So I'm predicting this now. Pandemic is happening now. The world will close down. There will be all this government will pay money. There will be lockdowns in the world. All this I said. There will be hyperinflation. Then there will be recession, which will happen now. Not yet happened so far. And there'll be robotics, robotics, and artificial intelligence. Yeah, it's a surprise to know. Spend some time on these things. Bhagavatam will teach you this. Yeah. So this is a good question. You are a very inquisitive mind you have got, This proves this. So don't close the mind. You must explore it more. Do research more on these points, and you're understanding better. Not everything that has been told to us is true. Yeah. Just like we were told that eating ghee and butter is not good for health. Now they went and said, no, actually, what happened was these people were bribed. The scientists were bribed who were doing this research. Actually, their sugar lobby, means the Coca-Cola of the world and Pepsi of the world and all that, they had bribed the scientists to say that, tell them, don't say that sugar is bad for health, soft drinks and all that. Tell them this ghee and butter and all this is bad for health. So for the last 40 years, everybody would say, you must have less ghee, don't have ghee, ghee is bad, all these things bad. Then now they came back 5 years, 7 years, 8 years ago now to say that, sorry, we made a mistake. It was a fraud, They said that some of the scientists were paid by other people. It was a sugar lobby who did that. Admit it here. They admitted this. Cheaters, And all our grandparents would say that you must have little milk. What is the difficulty with the milk? No, I have weight gain. I'll become fat. All this drama was going on with us. They said, no. It's all right. No, now we don't have so much work. We work less. So then what? Take stairs when you go up and down instead of taking the lift. You can do that. When I came into India, I also always take stairs, 10 floors, up and down. It was great. Perfect shape. So please, uh, always take with a pinch of salt what has been dished out to you. There's always money is involved anywhere. Your health is your wealth. When the health is good, only then you can do bhakti. Okay? So they say, yeah, it is increasing. Tomorrow we will conquer this. Good for you, man. You conquer. We'll conquer death. Now they're saying we're calling old age as disease. Old age is a disease. We'll conquer it. I heard it 30 years ago also, the same thing. We're calling old age disease. Old age is a fact. You remove the disease, we'll see. You find a solution, we'll take the medicine, don't worry. But till the time, we're not going to waste our time. We'll chant Hare Krishna and we'll do a preaching. We'll offer serve of Krishna and Prabhupada. We're happy, Yeah. So always be thankful, be critical thinker, have foresight. This is going to happen. How does it happen? Why will it not happen? You should think. Know your basis from the Bhagavatam. Moment you study Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, you will see a very different prism of life, Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Very different prism of life. It's just the beginning. Is it okay?
Yes. So I also think that they might have not considered all facts. Like my grandmother, she lived up to 85, 90. She didn't even take any medicines in a last time. So I think
Just see.
and the scientists, like you said, that they were bribed for telling that facts. So they might have done something wrong there.
Yeah, they're giving wrong information, Giving totally wrong information. Cheating, Completely cheating. And then I went and met my doctor. I told you people, I always say this, to all of you. I met my doctor. I said, you said that, you look at your scientists are saying that, it was, they were bribed because sugar lobby bribed them. And now they're saying that milk and ghee in moderate proportion is good enough. So why should I believe you? I asked him. He's a good man, very important doctor, He said, no, that's right. It is wrong, but it is good enough. I said, why should I believe you when you're talking about cholesterol also, The cholesterol fraud also online. There's so many things going on. He said, yeah, that's true, but take this medicine. I take it myself. So he convinced me. But Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj will be against all this, medicine. So we take what is needed is to be taken. But please remember this: there is no one stopping you from doing the hard work. They would say earlier we used to go in the fields and work. Right, you may not go to the field and work, but you can climb stairs, no? At least that much you can do. Where you can walk, you walk. Where you can cycle, you cycle instead of going by bikes or the cars, Sometimes you do it, sometimes you do this also. India is the best. I still say, whatever it is, India is still the best. So you are in the best place where spiritual life is there, and you have seen, like even in your age, Padma Prabhu, you have seen your grandmother not taking medicines. So you are the current generation with it. So you have something to prove upon. We have proved it. Yeah. So that's it. That's it. Yes, Ruchi Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhuji, you just have talked about the advent of artificial intelligence and systems such as now we have like us, the students and all the people have this chat GPT coming in and taking the market.
Yeah.
So I was the person from my college who wrote against all this artificial intelligence and chat GPT. But I'm somebody who also take some other advices or maybe other suggestion. So there are many of my friends who belong to the technical fields or maybe my own college mates. They were saying that okay, we agree that artificial intelligence is taking the market and it is somewhere or the other the memorization, the power of attention is being lacked on the part of human beings. As
good.
Artificial intelligence is taking the role in the front foot. But before the invention of computers, before the invention of calculators, we all were thinking ki hum khud se we're going to solve our own problems, and the system was going on. But after the invention of computers, things and technology, things again rolled up more easily, and we had this comfort. We had this online session in the COVID, we had these online classes and all things going on. So every coin has its two sides. That again, the invention of chat GPT and the stuff like that has came up with its own comfort, and people are using it nicely for their own benefits and for the benefit of the entire organization maybe. So somewhere or the other, I feel that there is a term called as prompt engineering after the coming up of chat GPT. People are now learning new lingos, new language of how to give instruction to their chatbots.
Yep.
Right. So all these things, somewhere or the other, I think so. This is a very good way of learning new aspects of technology, but still I feel that the human aspect of life or the liveness of life has been somewhere or the other hindered. The simplicity of life has hindered because
simplicity. Absolutely right. Simplicity. Yeah.
Simplicity has been hindered, and new complications, and now people are learning how to give prompts to the chatbots. I was also learning
box understands it.
Yeah,
that's right.
So
that the box understands it. Wow.
Like I really feel, Prabhuji, that okay, this is a new paradigm shift of learning. New dimension has opened as technology is growing, but simplicity is decreasing day by day. You need to update yourself on a daily basis.
Yes, absolutely right.
You'll be somewhere behind in the crowd. That's
absolutely
going
right.
on.
You're very correct, Mother. You're very correct. Very correct. Because that's the reason why we had said, when I made a prediction about robotics, that I'm saying this in 2018, Prabhupada Vyas Puja, I've been saying this. And I said when it happens, we will think, oh, it is a natural progression. Everybody will say it's a natural progression, a scientific progression, has to happen, but we don't think it has been implanted somewhere in our life. And what your concern, what you said, is absolutely correct. Somehow we have to find simplicity in life. Now, you see, why do we need to find simplicity? I'll tell you. We means the society was thinking that, oh, social media is making people connected so many ways. Right? Correct. Social media is also one of the biggest cause of depression in this world, whether you accept it or not. You put one post on Facebook or Instagram and see how many likes you get. You're looking on it all the time. How many people liked? What did he like? This person did not like, I not like the person. You see this? Now this was not there before. If there was no Instagram, you just meet a person, how are you? I did this. Oh, very wonderful. Not very wonderful. It's there face to face, right? This is how we are. This is how we are. And this is the thing which will be making us more difficult. When internet came for the first time, you people are born internet. When we were the ones who introduced internet. I own an internet company in India, one of the biggest booming company in India. Yeah. So we know. I said, what was the internet? I would say, what is internet? It's an online. It's a world by itself. So what do you mean a world by itself? Where is the world? I can't see the world. So yeah, it's go online and do it. You got to go log in. How do you log in? What is this? We have seen those questions, which you're not. You're not even asking those questions. You just have a mobile phone, then log in over internet. Okay, Zoom, movies, chats, messengers. Then all these different messengers came in the play. We came to New Zealand by inquiring about New Zealand through messengers, and nobody was doing it. Through chats, nobody was doing it. I was the one doing it there, and I found out New Zealand, made friends. Ultimately, I went. He said, "I'm coming." I came from India to New Zealand, went to their home, and they were so surprised to see me that I did it. So, what happens? Yes, an advantage to this, but at the same time, as it progresses, it will take away the simplicity in life. And this simplicity in life, you are absolutely correct. I'm saying again, somehow you have to bring that is coming through Bhagavatam. Because if you read Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, it talks about technology, which is far superior to any of these gross technology that we can see. See, for example, the first verse will start Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samavita Kuru Vivit Sabha Yut Sabha Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kima Kurvata Sanjaya. The first question asked by Dhritarashtra. Now, first word is Dharma Kshetra. Dharma is a word. He's asking whom? Sanjaya. Kima Kurvata Sanjaya. What happened, Sanjaya? Now, Sanjaya was sitting in one place, could see what is going on there. It's called live broadcasting. In today's world, it exists live broadcasting, but it is used by somebody say, I'll pay you the money, show me the live broadcast. So they say, I'll give you the link. Here, now you can see the live broadcast of cricket match or World Cup or Olympics and all that. So any any man with a dog, he's got some money, will see live broadcast. It has become so cheap. Technology has become this cheap and money oriented. That technology was based upon qualification. Sanjay was very qualified and he was given this authority by Vyasadeva. So I'll give you this my mantra, chant this mantra. On my power, I'm giving it to you. Now you can watch. He saw it, he narrated, and that's how we understand this. He heard, he saw, he narrated, and that's what we write and we study and we are understanding this. That's Bhagavad Gita. So how fast technology was at the time, understand this. It was person specific. The Brahmastra with Arjuna could bring out, he had to learn the concept of Brahmastra, calling it. You see? It will not come otherwise. And when Ashwathama, okay, in second canto it is mentioned here, when the Ashwathama, first canto, he misused it, the Brahmastra, and he released the Brahmastra into the womb of Uttara to kill the last hair of Pandavas, Parikshit Maharaj. He saw Krishna come as big as a thumb in the womb of his mother and diffused the whole of Brahmastra. She was so powerful to kill. Nowadays you kill with a knife. He threw Brahmastra. And then during the war, when everything was lost, Ashwatthama threw Brahmastra. At that point in time, Krishna said he should not have done this because he knows the technology. These are mantras, which is called mantras, the technology to release this. But he doesn't have the technology to bring it back. Now, once you release it, you're going to destroy thing and go. You're not going to bring it back again. So he's wrong. So Prabhupada writes in the purport that today's technology is fire-based. And when Arjuna then prayed to Krishna, what should I do? He said, now you diffuse this. So he put watery weapons against it to diffuse it. But the main point was the technology was there. He had half knowledge of just destroying it. He could not bring it back. You see? So that is wrong. Or you should use technology only when you break something which you can fix it. Otherwise, don't break things in life. You should have this maxim in you. I will break something only if I can fix it. Be it relationship, be it mobile phone, or be it whatever. Don't break anything. Only if you can fix it, you do it. So this is not there in today's world. So today's technology is there, but it'll know how to break it. It won't know how to fix it. So this social media, which make people isolated, it became the most antisocial media. It was used saying, oh, friends are meeting, committing, oh, how nice, good, and all those things, but it creates this, liking, disliking, who's liking, who's not liking, only so much likes have happened. Please help me, I'll put more likes. Well, this is a fact. So please, it will help, yes. And there is no way out of it. I understand that. So when I made a prediction, I said it's going to happen. And you can't do anything about this. You see? So what we are doing here, the prediction was just one point. So what do we do to the society? So our thinking is about a society. We are not person specific. We're thinking about everybody. That is the reason why Prabhupada's message of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, what Krishna has said, rascal, you're not this body. First thing, finished, you're not this body. Over and out. Matter over. So that technology, that soul inside a body should be found out. That is not possible. So we are going to go to the whole merry-go-round. Robots will come. As we're discussing now, they are already talking about how the robots, when they're introduced, how will they be having used, how the robots will be used, who will use them? If there is a robots as companions in this world, if they come through, I'll do a quick survey. Give me a very quick answer on a first thought, okay? If the robots come into people's homes, okay, as companions, who are the biggest customers of them? Okay, Projecta Mother, tell me, give me an answer. Who's the biggest customer? What do you think?
Humans
Yeah.
only.
Age group, tell me the age group. What biggest customers? Age group.
Youngsters.
Youngsters, okay, thank you. Yes, Sushima Mataji, who's the biggest? What comes
If
to your mind
in
quickly? Which age
in
group
case
is better?
home, then mid-age.
Middle age, okay. Krishna,
Middle-age.
not Krishna. I told you Krishna. Sushi Mataji, yes. What do you think? Which is the age group which will use the robotics the most?
The earning class people.
Middle age, earning class people. Okay, thank you. Yes, Divanshi Mataji.
I think the youngsters as well.
Youngsters, thank you. Padula Prabhu.
So I think the mid-age or old people will need more help. So
Okay, thank you very much. The answer is older people. They need companions. And you'll be surprised to know what they're thinking. You know this? Don't think old age means, oh, how are you? Sit down, make my coffee, make my tea. That is all right. They've got the biggest difficulty. They've got dementia. They've got all these problems with old people. So they don't know whether they're talking to a human or robots. So they are writing laws of do's and don'ts, legal things, also psychological things. What is allowed, what is not allowed, including for the middle age and older people, not to misuse the robot, because there'll be male robot and female robots. They'll be sexually exploited also. Now imagine sexually exploited robots. So they are writing the do's and don'ts of this. If we find that they are being used like this in sexual harassment, it will be called harassment, it is not harassment. So somebody has to be controlling that point. And these people could be arrested for this. We are living in that world at the moment, and it is going to happen now this way. Already in New Zealand, in India also, there are robots who comes as your, I know, you place an order, he'll come deliver the food to you. That this is there for so many 2 years now here. It was there when I was talking about it happened. So now you must think it is good. Is it good? Tell me, is it good? If a small baby is on the creche, the mother would be, normally mother would, what do you call it, in the swing, and she gives the lorries, same flipping lorries and all. The baby is singing and he's crying, the baby speaks. Mother says, or grandmother says, and then they sleep, the baby sleeps. Imagine this, the creche where the baby is sleeping is automated. Baby cries and does, and the voice speaks from there somewhere, giving the lorry to the baby. It's some other robot speaking. So the child is growing up, hearing the robot speaking, not the mother speaking. So what will be the attachment for the child? It's all gone. The brain will be fried, completely fried. They don't know what they're talking about. The mother is busy working somewhere. Otherwise, it's not difficult. It is difficult to maintain the household unless you are doing corrupt practices. Even that is difficult nowadays. But otherwise, that's how everybody has to work. Honest means me, So the child is taken care of by the robots. We already have in our home robotic vacuum cleaner for so many years. He cleans up. I call him Haribol. And my family says, "Man, you humanize everything." I said, "Yeah, why to call robot?" I said, Haribol. I'll send Haribol now. Haribol does the work. He maps the whole area and he does the vacuuming and comes back, Haribol. So many years, Haribol working, So this has already happened, and more and more happening. This is where you wake up. You do not know what's happening. So yes, my sincere request to you people is that very desperately, from today onwards, think, strategize how you are going to make your life simple every day. And I can tell you the easy solution is that snatch some time from busy schedules. Chant your round sincerely. Be with Krishna alone. Then, if you got more time, then read about Krishna. Be with Krishna alone. Your appointment with Krishna. You have appointments with our doctors, appointment with our teachers, appointment with our so many things going on. Have appointment with Krishna. And say, this is my appointment with Krishna. Just like you have to go to meet your principal or teacher. That's it. I have to run now. I don't have time, right? Don't talk to me now. I'll talk to you later on. No phone calls, no this, no that. You say that, right? Same way, appointment with Krishna. Chanting, chant. Be with Krishna. Attentively chanting, inattentively chanting. Don't worry about it. But say, I'll not speak to anybody. I'm chanting right now. I'm chant. I'm studying right now. And pray. You get more time with this. If you don't do this today, and when this will be unleashed on you, you think it's already come? It has not come. It will be unleashed in the world. And don't think this is a natural progression. It has been made. It's a planned thing. Nothing happens out of chance in this world. It's all about money. Everything is planned. How you are thinking is planned. The conditioning your thinking, your acting, your education, everything is done this way to fit into society. And Prabhupada says this education is fitting in a society. you're a chartered accountant or an engineer or a lawyer or a professor or this, you're fitting in a society. They're not teaching you, hey man, you don't fit in the society, you're going to die. No, but you have to fit in the society for now to you are alive, to make money, and you require money. So there are people who are defying this. They're my friends. They're defying this. They buy some land. They're living in off the land. They're learning of living off the land. So they don't want to be involved in these things. It's going to happen. They may be extreme. I don't know those. I've chosen to be here and use technology with all of you. But people are very happy. Oh, my son is full of technology. Daughter is full of technology. Surrounded by technology. And I'm feeling, my God. You know, you charge your phone next to your sleeping. Do you do? And how many of you do that? When you're sleeping, you charge your phone next to you. Anyone of you doing that? No? How far do you keep the phone when you're charging? Okay, I'll not embarrass
Other
you.
room.
Yeah, that's right. Keep it far, far away. It'll fry your brains. It is proven fact. I'm not saying it is one set of girls, they found it out. They did research and the seeds germinated. When the phone was charging, they put the seeds next to it and it germinated. Yes, Suji Madhan.
Prabhuji, I have also, I've not come to into a research paper for though, but I've also heard this thing that if you keep your phone in your pocket, it will create a radiation that is not good for your health and for your organs.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
should not keep your phone in the pockets or in the front pocket of your t-shirt.
Yeah,
I've
that's
not
right.
found any research paper, but I'll find it today.
Find it.
Because
They'll hide.
once I was
No, they'll hide
once
it.
I was having this I was having this debate with one of my friend and she told me that no, it's not like that. You give me the research paper, you give me the evidence, and then I'll keep my phone in the bag. I mean, like, okay, I'll find it.
Yeah, you keep it in your bag. The phone rings. I don't take my phone with me. My son says, it's a mobile phone. Dad, it's supposed to carry with you. It's called mobile. I said, no, I don't carry. I put my somewhere else. It's ringing. When I'm outside, I don't worry about it. Forget about it. The earth is falling down. Then they ring me 5 times, and I know 5 times my emergency. Not pick up my phone. Otherwise, I don't pick up the phone. Forget about it. What's going to happen? Nobody's going to die, and I'll die otherwise, But one thing is there. If you in New Zealand, in the Western world, they say, don't use your mobile phone when you are filling petrol. Is it in India too? Yeah. Why? It combusts. Why does it combust? That means something is going on there, right? So just like that means what will it be doing to you? If it can be combusting and in highly inflammatory, that's why they say don't allow phone to be used when I'm putting. So what will it be doing to us? These phones. Through our ears, through our brain, through our heart, all these things going on. How? So we can't not use a phone. I'm not saying you should not use it. I'm saying that be careful. Don't be people go to toilet with the phone. That's why I never use somebody else's phones. No, I don't give my phone to anybody else. Neither do I take anybody else's phone. Hare man, the foolish people, they took their phone in the toilet, they put their phone in, they're doing this, they're doing that with a dog, with a pup, I said, and in the same hand. The foolish people you people are. Don't come to me. Give the phone. Take my phone selfie when they come. No, thank you. Yeah, it is stupidity of the first order. Please, you must clean your phone. You must clean your phones. In UK, a small child died in the school. So they traced back. This happened during COVID, just before COVID. They traced back, how did the child die? The child had breakfast. So what? What breakfast made? What did they eat? Nothing. So mom cooked the breakfast. So they did research. They found out that mom was using her phone. Put the phone, made the breakfast, use the phone, talking to breakfast, and handle the breakfast and give to the child. Child ate. It was that phone which is contaminated. And that's when they found out that you think that toilet is the most unhygienic place. No, it's not. Because you clean it all the time. The toilet, you clean it all the time. Phone, you don't clean. So I'm not saying you should wash your phone. I'm saying at least once or twice a day, once or twice in one day or once in 2 days, you use a wipe, disinfectant wipe, and clean up the phone, man. And do not use other people's phones. You don't know what hands have gone there. I've told you. Up to you then. It's up to you. Your business. Please. We didn't have that problem before, right? We used to say Hare Krishna, Namaste. How are you doing? Very good. We're doing very well. Finished. Now shake your hands. Hey, man, I saw you eating and shaking hands. I don't want to do it. So ladies are good enough. You can say, I'm okay like this. Now I use my, sometimes when I see somebody doing like this, I said, oh, your hands are like this. Okay. We're COVID. I'm doing like this. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Good night. Because if I see somebody doing it, why should I be dissing my hands? It's so dirty, people. Completely nonsense. So please, please, please save yourselves. Good, we're talking about this point. It is very close to my heart. That's why I made this video I told you, and I kept it secret from the world. But still, any who talks to me, I show them the link there. But it is all forecasted, total forecast. And I've put my neck out on this. And all my leaders know this, leaders group. They know this. They watch for it. That's at the time. So please be careful. This is all a reality. Everything is changing and rapidly changing. And you will think it is natural. It's not natural. It's made to look natural. It is all about money. And don't be fooled. Keep your life simple. And how to make life simple? One thing you must do is that every day you are serious about chanting. It's your appointment with Krishna. It's your appointment with Krishna. Appointment. That's it. Nothing else happening at the time. You can break appointment to half of hour appointment. No problem. Do that. You can't do 1.5 hour appointment together. No problem. Half of hours, 3 times a day. Do it. Takes you more appointments. Reading, appointment. Yeah. This is how you make your life simple. Hare Krishna. Okay. Is there anything else anyone wants to say? We are way over time, but you youngsters, I want to make sure that you are aware about these points, Now that my greatest critic, my family, they accepted what happened. So I'm very bold now, They accepted. You are right. That's it. Now I'll tell the whole world now, Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Hare Krishna. Well, now my wife is now telling me, you advise them, have only one phone. Don't have 2 phones like me. I've got 2 phones. And 3 numbers. So now I use different voices for different phones, Call this phone, I have a different voice. Call different, I have a different voice. Very different, So that's how it is. So I'm saying, but I'm not practicing that. I keep my phone free though. I keep very clean though. I keep my phone very clean. Phones. Spick and spack clean. I don't allow people to touch my phones. Unless they are very clean, I know that. Otherwise, you go to goodbye and good luck. Not about it. So please be careful. And just a joke. Okay. All right. Wonderful. Looks like it is the turn of Subhadra or Madhav or me. Who's going to sing today?
It's my turn, Prabhuji.
Oh, it is Subhadra's turn. Wonderful, Subhadra. It's very late for you. Sorry we have held you late for so long. Now sing very nicely with a lot of actions. We'll follow you, okay? Wonderful.
Okay, Prabhuji.
1, 2, 3, start.
Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us. us. Maharaj, please hear us. We have learned some real good stuff. We have learned some real good stuff. Maharaj, we have learned one thing. Maharaj, we have learned one thing. And today for you, we will sing. And today for you, we will sing. If our room is clean, if our room is clean, then our mind is clean. Then our mind is clean. If our mind is clean, if our mind is clean, we can do anything, do anything. If our room is dirty, is dirty, and so are we, and so are we. And if we are dirty, and if we are happy, we are happy, wasting time, wasting time. So it is fun, it is fun, it was wasted time, it was wasted time, it's a wasted mind, it's a wasted mind, the rest is your pride, in your pride, in your pride, and your whole life, and your whole life will be sublime, will be sublime. If your wealth is gone, if your wealth is gone, then there is nothing wrong, then there is nothing wrong. But if your health is gone, if your health is gone, then that's a different song, that's a different song. If your characters die, if your characters die, then the world will cry, and the world will cry. Only sadly behavior, only sadly behavior, that humanity thrives, that humanity thrives. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. We must always remember Krishna. We must always remember Krishna. And never forget him too. Never forget him too. But how are we to practice this with so many things to do? But how are we to practice this with so many things to do? That's the greatest question. That's the greatest question. Listen very please, listen very closely, and make your thinking sharp. Make your thinking sharp. Krishna on path. Let's Krishna on path. Something tomorrow. Finish it today. Finish it today. Everything today. Whatever today. Do it now, don't delay. Do it now, don't delay. Your friends might be lazy. Your friends might be lazy. Or doing bad things. Or doing bad things. But you think you can. But they think you can. Don't follow them. Don't follow them. And you will win the end. And you will win the end. Whatever work we're given. Whatever work we're given. We do our very best. We do our very best. We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest. We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest. This is how to live, to work and to play. You learn to live this way, you'll see Krishna every day. This is how to live, to work and to play. You learn to live this way, you'll see Krishna every day. When our time is up, you'll take us up above. Sing and dance with him with a heart full of love. And when the time is up, you'll take us up above. We'll sing and dance with him with a heart full of love. So chant Krishna's name, his glory is the only way this world will ever become sane. So chant Krishna's name, his glory is the only way this world will ever become sane. Now please ask this greatest question. Now please ask this greatest question. Find this greatest clue. And find this greatest clue. Remember Krishna. I know Krishna. Krishna you. Krishna you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
His Holiness Srila Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj Srila Gurudev Ki Jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shri Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Chandra Prem Anande Hari Hari Bo. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishnavastaya Bhutale Shrimati Mahavishnu Goswami Niti Namine. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishnavastaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Prasarine. Nirvishnu Shunyavari Patapatastani. Hare Krishna. So those who have missed, let them know to follow the program, and so they'll understand what is the plan, what we discussed for the Janmashtami and Prabhupada Parents Day. Yeah. So Krishna willing, we'll meet you next week, same place, same time. If you don't meet, there is also will of Krishna. So we're happy and but till then, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.